Hello guys, welcome to Two Latin Brothers podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
So this, oh man, I don't know what episode this is. You know what, this
my
sucks.
phone's charging, I can't even check.
Okay, well this is an episode in...
I think this is episode
41. 40.
I think it's 40.
Yeah, this is episode 40. So today I have...
Wait, we've been doing this for 40 weeks straight?
Yeah, we have been doing this for 40 weeks straight. It's crazy.
Like, I can't. This is absurd. Like, people don't understand how hard it is to do a podcast week
to week, yeah.
It's so hard scheduling, rescheduling, then scheduling again, and then there's the cancel, and then there's the reschedule, and then it's so much work. I can't anymore. The stress level has reached its peak. Okay. All right.
This week it's my guest this week. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Brennan. Not to be confused with Brendan, Braden, or Brandon, or Brennan with an E. Because that happens.
Okay, now I don't know what your name is.
Brennan.
Okay.
Brennan is his name.
Okay. Like, to be fair, I just met him like 20, 30 minutes ago, maybe. About like roughly. Something like that when I walked into the front door. I mean, that was like the logistics of it, but yeah.
This is very out of context, but I think there's people like doing like a photo shoot like outside our house.
Okay, look.
It's very strange.
Look.
It's very odd.
I don't...
Now, I feel like our house is going to be posted somewhere, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh.
You're going to be like, hashtag... Yo, I'm going to jump out the window and be like, yo, you better hashtag us or like tag us in the post. I want that credit. This is my house where I live.
Yeah.
The people be at.
Okay, so this is my week, right? So normally you bring the questions in, but it was so last minute, you didn't even know who the guest was going to be.
Extremely last minute.
I know. This kid was waiting for the bus to go home.
And then you just jumped him?
I did. I actually did. I pretty much assaulted him.
Yeah. Well, not actually assault. He kind of did assault me. He kind of like grabbed me on my shoulder and I damn near fell down. But like, you know, you see what happened was, right? Basically I was waiting for the bus and Victor had planned to have someone else on the show, but his girlfriend wanted to go to the movies with him. So he was trying to just like, I gotta go, man. So then basically I'm waiting for the bus. Victor comes in like, hey, man, I need somebody. I need somebody, please, man. I need your help, man.
I was like literally like, I'm desperate. I need somebody. Like, and then he's just like, and then one of our friends, she walks over. She's just like, no, you can't go with him. You're my way into the apartment because she lost her key.
Yeah, she doesn't have her key.
She doesn't have her key, and they live in the exact same building. She's like, I need a key. And then I started telling him, give her your key, give him your key, and then he didn't want to, and then she's like, you know what, screw it, we're going. So he just left her, and I'm pretty sure she's probably still outside of her house. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, she'll find a way eventually.
Okay, wait. So you mean to tell me that there's another possibly 16-year-old in Canada who's stranded outside their house?
Yes.
What kind of people are you, dude?
Well, I'm sure somebody's going to try to open the apartment door.
Look, and I call you my brother? Like, come on.
I told him to give them the key.
Okay, look, okay. Great side story. All things considered. All things considered.
Yeah.
You know it's cold out now, right? It's Canada.
She has. No, actually she didn't have
a sweater.
She had a sweater.
Look, I walked from the library here in a sweater. I walked through the door. I tried not to look like I was shaking, but I was trembling.
Okay, but like, I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure somebody walked into the apartment.
I mean...
And like let her in.
You know, when everybody gets out like 6, it means she's been standing out for like the last 3 hours.
It's like,
that's not my problem.
Watch tomorrow.
She's gonna be like so pissed off.
She's like, I was in the cold for 3 hours. No one opened the doors.
Yeah.
I think I started seeing you guys coming to. I started getting deja vu. It's hallucinating. It was so cold.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep my hands steady. I couldn't even dial 911. Like, honestly, like, like, every year, there's always someone who gets stuck outside of their house because there's so much snow and because of how cold Canada is. Mm-hmm. And there's always, like, some crazy horror story where someone literally froze outside.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, they found their body just buried in the snow one day because they couldn't get into their house.
What's it called? You had a funny story of somebody who lost their car.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I've told the story already. If I told the story, I'm going to tell it anyway because... You know, we got
I need gas, different people.
Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so this the college I go to.
Yeah.
There was this guy lost his car. Actually, he thought they stole his car. It's the middle of January. Okay, they thought he stole his car. Come April, they're announcing that there's like this giant like announcement that goes out through email to every student. If you lost your car, then like this like department store parking lot that's like across the street from the college, they go, we found it. It was buried in a mile of snow.
What?
So like so the day he parked it, there was this crazy snowstorm.
Yeah.
And his car got like literally buried. And then when the plowing machine, the snow cleaning machine came, it thought that was part of the mountain. So it just started like piling up the snow on top of his car. This guy thought his car was stolen. He like reported it.
He couldn't remember where he parked his car.
Well, no, like that's just that. Like imagine you get to where your car's supposed to be, and all you see is a giant snow, like mountain of snow. Like what are you supposed to think? Clearly, they moved my car. Like someone had to move my car.
Like they either towed it or I didn't park here.
Oh, because like no idiot, like that's a kind of thing. Like this Canada, we nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll even like break the window, put the car in neutral, move it out of the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll steal the car, leave a note saying, "Hey, buddy, we came to borrow your car.
Yeah,
we'll bring it back eventually.
Bring it back one day, someday.
One day when it's been crashed in like the bottom of the river, but that's okay.
Yeah, but that's actually what happened, and it was really funny because I remember at that day I was walking through a hallway, and this guy just shouts out, "My car!" And I was like, "That's the guy!" Because we all got the email at the exact same time. Everyone's like pulling out their phone, like, "Oh, it's an email from the college." Like it was like alert, and it was like we never get an email like that. I'm like, "School quick, lockdown. Is there a criminal here? Is there like some kind of attack? Should I get under a table? Like what's going on?" Like that was.
Didn't he already like buy a car?
Yeah, he got like later on. A friend of mine was telling me that he knew him. And he got like another car, so now he had like 2 cars because he thought the other car was stuffed. Like it's just so complicated. I was like, man, this guy like now he's got 2 cars. What's he supposed to do?
Sell one, get the cash.
Yes, it was interesting, but that's winter here. But right now it's fall. There's no snow. We don't live in igloos. Everyone thinks we live in an igloo.
I don't know why people think that. Like, that's so random. Like, I guess maybe in, like, I don't know, the Northwest Territories. But, like, even then, they probably actually have actual houses. You know what I mean?
They do. They actually do. No, it's because, like, okay, every time you see Canada, have you ever seen how they advertise Canada outside of Canada?
Snow.
It's literally snow. Like, the logo, like it says Canada.
It's literally like images of leaf,
and then there's like literally like an igloo in the background. It's literally the logo. There's like an igloo in the background. So everyone's like always living in like blocks of snow, like everyone lives in igloos, but it's not true. The other thing too is like Canada is the only country on Earth that doesn't have a tropical island.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. No, we know what's crazy? Russia has one. It's off the coast of like Fiji or something like that.
What the heck?
Yeah. And you know what's also more crazy? We are colder than Russia. And they're higher north than we are. Now he's really confused. He's like, yo man. It's because the earth is tilted.
Oh.
It's on a slant. It's on a slant. So they're like down here and we're up here.
They can't see that.
Okay, right. So because the earth is tilted, they're below us while we're above them. But like if the earth were like straight, they would be above us and we would be below them.
Yep.
But because it's tilted, we're higher up.
Okay, just really quick, just go on Google really quick, okay? Just search up the earth, okay? And then just replay this and just like
clear
it again.
See it in your head. Just visualize it for me, please. That's all I ask. I mean, but like, and then we're going to be like, but when it turns, then Russia's higher than you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
But we're tilted longer because of the way the sun hits us and all that.
Yeah.
The positioning of
Science.
the stars and the alignment of the moon. I'm not going to get into all this. This is way too much astrology for me right now. What is it? Apparently, we're supposed to be like some type of like comet or asteroid entering our area. Like I was reading an article about it today, and it's apparently the second one this year, and it's the first time that so many things have entered our atmosphere, like entered our area, our zone. So, but they're like, but this one apparently came from like another galaxy. So everyone's like, this is hype, man. What if it's a spaceship? It's like already there's like it's a spaceship. I knew it all along. There were aliens. It's like how they wanted to raid Area 51.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about that? The Area 51 thing. We're gonna run like Naruto. We're gonna run the bullets.
That's so funny. You saw the video of like some person Naruto running on the news?
Yeah, that was so funny.
So funny.
Like the fact that actually happened. Like honestly, like there are some things that the internet has made possible, but at the same time, like as you're reading like because like I found the actual post that the guy made.
Yeah.
And like I was reading through it, and like as you're reading through it, you're like, this is so a joke.
Yeah.
Like no way is this real. Like this is just like. We're just making fun at this point. And then somehow, like, people took it way too hard. Yeah. They're like, we're going to do this, guys. We're going to get the troops. We're going to rally. We're going to get this to happen.
This is a protest.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to go save them aliens.
And then 5 people showed up.
Yeah. It's like millions of people signed it. Like 5 people showed up. It's actually no, there's a lot. There's actually quite a few people who showed up, but
the officers are just like, we have unidentified people.
Well, like the other thing too is like the U.S. government, and like they tweeted out saying that if people did try to invade the base, they would use like force.
Yeah.
Like they're like, if you die, it's not our problem. Yeah. Like we are legally allowed to kill you if you try to invade this place because it's sacred land.
Yeah, it's actually supposed to be where they test weapons.
Yeah, they test weapons there. So like also like it's incredibly dangerous to hang out there. Yeah. There's probably like so much radiation. To be honest, like
And there's like, and the reason people are just like they're lying is because they have an area where they try to keep distance from the explosions,
of course,
but that's why people are just like
the other thing too is like they like it's like literally in the middle of nowhere for that precise like I mean like I guess like they're hiding something out there trying to be secretive or whatever.
It's in Area 52. They wouldn't actually make it in Area 51.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but at the same time, you could be like, but there's radiation. I mean, where do you think the nuke was tested? I mean, come on. Like, there had to be some, like, isolated area where they would kill anybody. Yeah. But it's there's always stuff like that. Like, you never really think about it. Yeah. How, like when they invented the nuclear bomb,
they had to test it somewhere.
They had to test it. So I mean, imagine if they didn't test it and it just hit it hit Tokyo or Nagasaki. It hit Nagasaki. It's just like made a crater in the ground and that was it. Like it's just like this little crater in the ground. They're like, that was it. That's what we feared. This is why everyone went into panic mode. This is why people literally abandoned ship. Like they abandoned the island for this little crater here. But like no, like they tested this, and you know what's crazy? After like the guy who like figured it out. After it blew up in the test run, the only thing he ever said after that, and they say that he went into like severe depression. All he said after that was, "I have become death," and that's like so deep. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" He knew what the government was doing. He knew what the military was going to do with it. Yeah, he knew exactly what they were going to do. No, but the other thing too was like if the other thing too was the Germans at the time of the Second World War, they were also working on it. And actually, Albert Einstein was the one who warned the Americans that, like, there's just like this whole crossover thing. It's like serious crossover. It's a real world crossover. Because when he was running away from the Nazis, because Albert Einstein was Jewish, so when he got to America, he told the Americans that they were working on a nuclear bomb because they had him like working in like a camp because they knew he was a scientist. And it's actually really crazy because when that happened, America's like, nope. We're gonna get this done. We gotta get done. We got 12 hours. Get this done. We need it done 12 hours. I need it to be tested, and we're gonna have it on a plane towards Japan. Gotta get it done. No, but it was crazy. Like the rate of which they did it was so fast. After like they say it was like so like not even like 4 weeks had passed by, but like so like a month essentially from the time they found out that the Germans were working on this to the moment of them dropping it on Japan. Like that's the level of escalation. Went from it doesn't exist yet. We're going to invent it. We don't know if it's possible, but we're going to use it anyway. This is how we're going to win. Like, it's a theory. We don't know if it's possible. Like, it's a theory. We don't know yet. But it was crazy. Like, the amount of destruction. The other thing, too, is, like, those areas, people still, like, they have the highest, like, death rates of, like, cancer and all that stuff.
Yeah, because they have high radiation.
Well, yeah, because the radiation's, like, seeped into their cells, and then like they have kids, and the kids carry all those mutations with them, and
there's areas that still have like very much like high.
What is it? They say that like it'll take something like 1,000 generations for all that radiation to go away.
Probably.
which is crazy. It's
Yeah, we won't be around for that.
well, the people who were around for it aren't even around anymore. Like, I mean, that's how long it's been, and it's still an issue today.
Well, to move on the topic.
Yeah.
From death, because that just got so dark.
I mean, it always gets dark.
It-
I mean, it's literally getting dark out.
Yeah, it is getting dark.
It's really dark.
Well, but
If I go outside, you can't see me.
no, that's okay. I'm not getting into that. That's like a.
Well, where do you originate from, actually?
I was actually born in Connecticut of United States.
Yeah.
You're from Connecticut?
Yeah, it's a really boring state, I know.
Wait, did you grow up there?
I grew up there for 2 or 3 years, and then in 2007 or 6, they were trying to deport my mom back to her original country in Haiti. And
so there you go. That was the question, the initial question.
Oh,
Because he asked me like, "Where's your like background?
Where's your origin?"
okay.
And you just went into like this full deep dive, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah. But they were trying to deport her back to her country in Haiti. So instead of like going all the way back there, my mom decided that she's gonna like immigrate here to Canada.
Yeah.
And she asked my dad if I could go with her, and he said yes. And I feel like that was a really good decision because I love it here in Canada. Like there's a whole lot of strange things and flaws, man. But like, because it's so dang cold, man. I do not like it.
Look,
and it's like I be getting cold. I be getting sick super easily, man. I hate it.
Look, I know, like what is it? One of the things that I think is the biggest issue that we have here is that we go to school sick.
Yeah.
This is the biggest issue. This is like an ongoing, actual real issue. If you're sick, don't go to school. It's that simple.
Because then you get everybody else sick.
Yeah, you get everybody else sick, and then those people keep going to school, and then like
half the school's infected.
Half the school's infected, and then you go to school and you're like, I'm gonna die. Like I'm just there's people coughing on you, there's people sneezing on you.
Yeah.
Some guy threw up in the corner. It's like chaos, and you're like, I'm just trying to write my math test. I'm just trying to get good grades. I want to go to college, maybe become a doctor. Like I don't know what's going on. I gotta get something done. Like my parents want me to be a lawyer, but I want to be a doctor. I don't know. But like that's literally 95% of like the issue. Like for me, and especially like because I'm in college, the amount of people who go to school sick is crazy because like you're paying for your classes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I worked it out to something like $50 for every single class you go to, or I think it's a little bit more than that. Like that's what it is. That's how it works out. Something like $50 per class. So I lose $50 every time I don't go to a class. So I'm like, that's 5 hours of work with a minimum job.
Yeah.
Barely afford to even go to school as it is. Like I'm on a loan. Do I want to miss it? Like no, I'm going to school. So you go to school, and then everyone's sick, and you're sick, and then we're all sick. Like what is it? Like when like the flu season kicks in. You know when the flu season ends at the college, it's still going. It started like the year I started college, and it still hasn't ended. Like it's still going. Like it just never ended because people go to school year round. It just never stopped. It's just continuous. You walk in and there's some guy sneezing or coughing, some guy in the background. You walk into the washroom, some guy throwing up. You're like, oh, this was a mistake. I gotta walk out. You walk out of the washroom, walk into another washroom. There's some guy like sneezing into like some fish. You're like, how am I supposed to be safe here?
It's like you get to the point where like you're so used to it, you get into the bathroom, dude's throwing up. Oh hey Phil. Oh hey John. What you barfing up today? I ate some soup. It's not really sitting right with me. All right, catch you later. See you tomorrow.
Like no, honestly, like it's crazy. Like this one time, like I got to the college. You open the door to this building. You walk in, and the instant smell of barf hits you. And I was like, what? I'm like, who was it? Who was the person who violated this horrible building to begin with? Because that building looks like a prison. I'm just gonna be real. The guy who designed the building, he used to make prisons. He won this contest. He got to design them. It looks like a prison. I'm not gonna lie. It's
like you can't even make phone calls in there.
also,
You look
yeah,
signal.
you can't because everything's concrete. It's all concrete. There's no signal in there. It's the worst. Anyway, so you're in the building. It smells like barf, and you're going, "Who is the person who did this? Who ruined the sanctity of this college?" You know, like we're out here trying to get stuff done, and you're doing this. I can't walk into class because it reeks like barf. And then the really funny thing is like you keep walking, and then you realize that they still haven't cleaned it up. Like it's just there. Like you're walking, you're like, oh no, I can't get close. And then you're like, but my classroom's like right over there. Like I can see the door.
It's like if I get close enough, I'm gonna puke.
And I have to walk around this to get to my class. Is this worth the risk? And then you go, but I can't afford to be here right now. So I'm gonna go with my class. So it's just like tiptoe around and you're like, I'm gonna die. That's how I go. You're like holding your breath, don't breathe, don't smell. You're like crawling, you're pushing yourself up against the wall, holding on to dear life. And then that one guy walks in running because he thinks he's late, just runs right through it. And then he doesn't even notice. And then he's stomping around the rest of the hallway, leaving a trail of what was stuck to, like, it's the worst. And then when they finally clean it up, you get out of class and it's clean. The floor's even polished. You go, this is why I pay money to go to school. Because they take care of me. But that's not true at all. You're just lying to yourself because it doesn't really like barf anymore. Or you just got used to the smell by then. You walk out of the building. You're like, that was a good class. Who knows what I learned? Just a lot of words said. It's a 3-hour class. I'm going to be real. I zoned out in the first 15 minutes. I have no idea what I just went through. But I went to class. That's what matters. Like that's like 95% of the college experience right there. Zoned out in the first 15 minutes. I don't know what's going on. It's also like the amount of classes you have.
So do you have any questions for Brennan?
Right. I mean, you asked a question.
I asked a question for you.
Well, like I was gonna ask, like, you know, like, oh, because like you know your accent when you talk, you sound American. That's why I asked, like, if you grew up in the States.
Yeah.
Like, which I mean, you can kind of tell based on the way you talk. So I was like, it's like, oh, you Victor Brennan American. Wow. Yeah. So how do you feel about Trump?
That should not be the following question.
It's like,
Our last episode was on politics.
Look, clearly, okay, yeah. Also, we're going into elections, and okay, so today I was talking about this with somebody, and they were like,
today we had politicians come into the school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
The municipal one.
I mean, okay, let's be real. For starters, you guys are teenagers. Y'all can't vote.
No, but the grade 12s can.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't it 18?
Yeah, they're 18.
Okay, like 5 of them that are 18. Because like barely anybody 18 when they graduate high school here. Because we start at 4, not at 5. We ain't American.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people that like to stay 1 year back. I don't know why.
Yeah, because they're indecisive. They can't make up their mind.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like when you go out, I'm sure you've lived this already. You go all with your friends. Where are we going to go? Let's go get food. What kind of food? Like, whatever. And everybody said, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody cared. And then, like, you get to a restaurant. You guys find a restaurant. Yeah. What do you want? Half of you are standing there looking at the menu, like, reading the entire menu. You've been there 12 times. You should know it by heart. Come on. You know what you like. You know what you don't like. And if there's a special thing on the item, maybe try. Maybe you'll like it. Yeah. Maybe it'll become part of the menu because you kept ordering it. You know, like, it's always like, well, you know, they always have like this special like thing or whatever. They're like, limited time only. Yeah. And then you go and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have that. And then you like say it's like you walk into a McDonald's and you're like, I'm gonna try this new burger. Yeah. And then you walk in and the smell of a Big Mac hits you, and you get up there and you're like, I'm gonna get the new burger. It's gonna be great. Can I have a Big Mac? And you go, we're here for the exclusive, the limited. What are you doing?
It's like, can I have one of the new burgers and a Big Mac, please? It's like, in case I don't like it, I want to be able to finish a meal.
That's like, what is it? A friend of mine today, during lunch, we went for Korean. Mm-hmm. And we were like at this like place. And in Korean food, like there's a lot of kimchi. Yeah. I don't know if have you ever had kimchi?
Yeah, I've had kimchi.
Have you had kimchi?
I've had kimchi flavored ramen.
I mean, that's close enough. I mean, it's close. Anyway, so we're eating kimchi, and we were gonna get anyway, and then we were like talking about how like a lot of people in Canada don't like kimchi, and he goes, "I wonder what it is." I'm like, "It's probably because it's spicy. It's probably because it's way too salty." Yeah. I'm like, "And let's be real, we like maple syrup. We could coat that on everything." Apparently, our money, according to the rest of the world, our money smells like maple syrup.
No, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
If you get a $5 bill right now, or just any bill, and you smell it, but you have to rub it a little bit.
There's no way.
If you rub it a little bit,
there's no way.
And then you smell it, and it smells like maple syrup.
There's no way this is real.
A scratches sniff?
There's no, it doesn't smell
like.
Yeah,
it does.
No, it doesn't. It smells like leather wallet. He's scratching the bill for those who can't see.
Welcome to the ASMR edition of the podcast.
Everyone keeps telling us we should start doing ASMR. Everyone who's ever been on this podcast, like, what is this? What is it? If you want to smell this, Bill, it's the most messed up. That 5. Smell where that 5 is at.
It smells like paper. I don't know.
Yeah, like
It smells like maple syrup though.
like it's got like this oddly close enough hint of it to it.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what? I'm almost disappointed that this is a real thing. You know what? I'm sorry to all those.
well, that's why it's so hard to copy
Look,
our bills.
look, I'm sorry.
We got sent it.
Look, I'm sorry to all those international friends I have that I lied to. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a real fact.
You just have to
Look,
rub it until it goes
I have
through.
a $20 bill. I don't believe that to be true. You know why?
Why?
Because this is Canada. We don't go above and beyond. Also, everyone loves their money because it looks like Monopoly money. It don't look real.
I mean, it really does. I'm not gonna sit here and deny it. It really does.
Like what is it? Like I had a friend. He was from Colombia, and in Colombia their bills are also like many colors. He's like, dude, but yours are like they're plastic. He's like, and they like shine, and he's like, and like when you bend them, they stay bent. They don't unbend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's literally like play money. And then he's like, you're right. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take like a bunch of bills to buy like friends. This is how we can play poker from now on. I'm just gonna use these fake bills. And then when like the cops will be like, it's not real money, bro. And they're gonna be like, it's Canadian. The cops are just like, oh, we're gonna take all of this into evidence. Because, evidence. I just take a couple of bills off the top. Like it's like really funny, like especially like from country to country, like conversion rate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Like was it you I was telling that like in the Philippines, $300 turns into 13,700 and something. Your face says everything. It's just like, wait, what? Yeah, and it's like using like the dollar, like here, like you go to the dollar store, you buy candy for $1. That's what it's like there. So like it's absurd going, like there's a bunch of people I know who go to the Philippines and vacation there. It's like it's so cheap, like it's so like you don't understand. Well, $100, I felt like 1,000 people. You don't understand, like it's so cheap, it's crazy. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go to what? You want me to ask a question? You're looking at me like you're blinking a lot. Like what's wrong with you?
Why are you moving
I
like a
don't
robot?
know. I don't know.
Okay,
My neck just feels weird. That's just literally.
Okay, look, I gotta point this out. He does this thing where he cracks his neck, and he literally looks like he's gonna snap his own head off. Because he grabs it and he just like cracks it. And I can't look at him when he does it because I'm genuinely scared he's gonna kill himself. I'm genuinely terrified he's gonna just stab.
One day I'm just gonna go. And I'm just gonna go too far.
You're gonna stab your own neck. Like it's like every movie, he's holding his head. He's like, look, I can still do it. I can kill him right now. I'm just rip his head off.
That's the sound.
That was a horrible sound effect.
Why?
I'm gonna edit that out.
Why?
No one's gonna know what we're talking about right now.
No, you can't take this out. You can't take this away from me.
I just did.
Wow. Okay. You have a question?
Yeah, I actually do. So say your mom's Haitian, right?
Yeah.
All right. So is your dad American?
He's Haitian too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did they meet there or did they meet in America?
They met in America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's like our parents. Like a lot of people tell me like, so how'd your parents meet? Like, okay, so my mom came here for work. My dad was running from a war. And then, I don't know. Like, they just kind of met.
He ran into her.
Yeah, he ran it. They both speak Spanish. But, I mean, that's really what's going on. That was really what was up. We could communicate. You, my people. No, it's, there's one of the things that, especially like for us, because we speak Spanish. Like in
not in parentheses. We can speak Spanish.
Okay,
like you can hold up a conversation.
Okay, yes.
You can hold up
Look,
a conversation,
I say it in
in
parentheses because our accent isn't exactly.
I can give myself an accent.
Okay, look, that's not what I'm getting at. I mean, I can too, but
like how you can give yourself a British one.
What?
I don't give yourself a British accent.
I can't do a British accent.
Do a British accent. Go.
Well, I don't really think I should do that.
I like how you turned into a lady. I like how your voice just peaked and you're like, well, I don't think I should.
I don't think I should do that.
Like, what is it? It's like I have a friend he's from Australia, and he's from London actually. Well, he's not a friend. He's this guy I knew in high school. He's more like this acquaintance I knew in high school. To be honest, I don't even remember his name. But I remember he loved this thing where he'd always be like, "Okay, let's go, boys." He loved saying the word boys to the point of no return. So, "Okay, boys, let's go. Okay, boys, let's get this done. You know, boys. I was always boys. And I was like, why do you say that so much? And he was like, I say it a lot. He didn't even notice. It was like, you know, like how when, especially teenagers, when you guys talk a lot, you guys don't know, like have a big sense of vocabulary yet. Yeah. Because y'all still learning about words and stuff. I look at it, yeah, I know.
It's like when I talk to teachers or I talk to somebody important, it's like yeah. It's literally how it is.
Anyway, getting back to the so you guys say like a lot. Like
yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot?
Like a lot.
You say a lot.
A lot.
He says a lot.
A lot.
Anyway.
You're just saying lot. You're not saying a lot.
A lot.
There you go.
Anyway.
A lot of lots.
Anyway, getting back to the point. So whenever Victor brings a friend over for the podcast, we'll be talking. And so far, you're the one who say it the least. So I'm gonna be with you. You don't want to say the least, but there are other people who I'll point out. I'm like, so what exactly did you just tell me? They go, why? I'm like, you said like 12 times, and I still don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, you stop paying attention to them to start counting.
Well, no, they were like, okay, so we were like hanging out with like my friends, and then like we went, and then it was like, and I was, you know, and then we went and we did the thing, and it was like, I can't believe he did that.
What?
I said like 9 times just now. And I don't know what you're talking about.
I try my best not to say that much. I think I say more than like. And
so it's like when you text someone, you know, like when you don't know how to end like your sentence, you
it's
just
like,
put LOL.
Sometimes I say like so much that like I'll actually type out like, and I remember like, wait a second, I'm typing. I'm not actually saying this stuff. I just get rid of the like.
It's like I had a teacher in high school. He was he's not your because I went to the same high school you guys are going to. Yeah. But he's not there anymore. But he used to joke around how if you're ever gonna plagiarize, change all the does into us, and it still makes sense.
That's genius.
And we're all like, what? But he's like, but believe me, I will know you're cheating. But it was like really funny.
Oh, there's actually functions on the computer to change a word.
Yeah, you could just Control find the and then replace with and it does all of it for you.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try it, but like not on an important assignment.
Anyway, but like, but it was funny, and I remember there were other things like that. I can remember I had a teacher. He would write with his left hand on the chalkboard. The biggest issue with a person who writes left-handed on a chalkboard is that as he's writing, he's erasing what he's writing.
He's writing like this.
Oh.
So you have no idea what he's putting on it's just like a bunch of smudges. Like, so the guy, so it's not talking about the guy. So, the government is divided into 3 different categories. Does anyone know what the first category is? It's the federal government. All right. The provincial government. Right. And then like the overall government, I forgot what it's called. Municipal government. And then right. And he's like,
I love that you didn't know.
My brain's just like lying.
You're teaching.
My brain's just like anyway. But as he's writing this, all you see is smudge, like just white smudge on the board. And
you're like, did everybody get that?
No, and you're just like, I don't know, I don't feel good. I think I'm hallucinating. Yo, I'm hallucinating that Coke you gave me. Yo, man, you put some shoes in there. I'm worried. Like, just one time, I was at a different high school. I went to 2 high schools when I was in high school. Just one time, a friend of mine was telling me how he went over to see a friend of his. Yeah. And he's like, I walk into his room. It's like, the guy's curled up, like, in a ball, screaming, the vent's gonna eat me. Because there's, like, a vent on the other side of the room sticking out of the wall. And I go, dude, what you take? So I start going through, like, his drawers. It's like, I start going through everything. But he's had, like, a full-out panic attack that the vent was gonna eat him. Yeah. He's like, meanwhile, I'm, like, trying to find everything. And he's like, and I find a bag of shrimps. And I'm like, you idiot. You never do this alone.
Alone? Should have been doing it in the first place.
I was like, what is even going on right now? But like, that was literally what they were talking about. And I remember how, and I'm just like, I was sitting like right behind them. And I'm like, what do you mean by alone? You always have to have someone watch over you. He's like, because you might do something stupid. Yeah. Like try to fit under your bed. when you're bedding even on a bed frame, like it's just on the floor. Like trying to duck under your mattress, but it's not working. 'Cause, like it's on the floor. He was like, but stuff like that. It's just so bizarre. And like I remember people would talk about like the craziest things. I remember this one girl. She was telling us how like she had done it in the middle of winter, and she thought she wasn't frozen. The entire one of her friends was telling us how she thought she wasn't frozen. Like I was just like, let it go. She's just like twirling in the snow. We're like, what did you do? What did you take? But it was like stuff like that like I think back. I'm like, and a lot of those people like now when you like see them like, do you remember? I don't remember.
This question. Do you guys remember what you guys did on Easter? Do you even remember Easter this year?
Dude, that was like April.
I know, but do you remember?
That was like...
But if I asked you what you did on Christmas, I'm sure you remember.
That was 6 months ago.
I know, but I'm sure if I asked you what you did on Christmas...
Look, here's the thing. For starters, Easter is kind of a joke holiday. Let's be real.
It's an excuse to not do
it. No, it's an excuse to eat chocolate.
Yeah.
For starters. Also, why does a rabbit have eggs? Like, no one questions this ever.
No, what do you mean ever? Everybody questions it.
Everyone questions it.
Even little kids question it. Why would you say that people don't question it ever?
Okay, look, in the real world, adults don't question it. We just accept it. Once you turn 18 one day and you're like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to accept that the rabbit hands out eggs. I mean...
Well, you see, the chickens work for the bunny.
No, look, there's a lot of things. Like, one day you just wake up and realize, oh, I have to be a decent human being now? What? Like... You know, like I can't tell my parents I don't want to go to school no more. No, you're an adult now to make your own decisions. You have to be responsible.
You don't do that.
What do you mean? Of course I do. I'm like an adult here. I'm doing adult-like things.
As we've joked on through this entire podcast.
You know what? When I tell people I have a podcast, so you do it like once a month, and tell them we do it weekly, they go, you do it weekly? Where do you find the time? I make time. I'm responsible. I know how to time manage. Yeah. Meanwhile, I got like 2 midterms next week, and here I am like recording a podcast.
Oh my gosh, go do your work.
This is the life I'm living. Like you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow morning? I got so much stuff to do. Like I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna edit this tonight, and it'll be up tomorrow like 12, maybe, probably not.
Maybe.
Actually, you know what? It's probably not going to be up till I'm home. So, it's like 6 o'clock. You know what? Let's just say 8. You know what? We'll just say 9. Actually, you know what? Just to be safe, 10.
We'll just say midnight so that he doesn't keep going with
this. It comes out when it comes out.
No, we got to stream. It's always Friday. It's always on a Friday.
We upload Fridays.
Okay, look. So, I've done Friday 1 a.m. I've done Friday 9 a.m. I've done Friday 12 in the afternoon. I've done Friday at 6, at 4, at 5, 12, at 10, 11:30, basically Saturday. I've done 11:46, I think it was. Like that was like the closest I've ever got. Because we recorded like an hour before that and I edited it like we finished recording and I just jumped into the edit and I was like, "Oh, I got to upload this like right now." And I didn't have time to edit the last 10 minutes. And to be honest, I don't know if we said something we shouldn't have. Because I didn't even bother to listen to those 10 minutes. I was like, I don't got time. I gotta upload.
It's like, I'm done. I'm sending it through. Whatever happens, happens.
You know, like 10 minutes later, it's on Spotify and everybody be like, listen to it. And you're like, oh man, I really messed up, didn't I? I should have edited that part. It's like, there's a lot of stuff like that. So you guys, in what class did you guys meet?
Gym in grade 9.
Gym class. We
ended up being partnered up.
Yeah.
For stuff.
Yeah, we did sit-ups and stuff together. Yeah. And then I always underestimated his true power. You know what I mean? His true power. One day, we were changing, and I think I was like poking him, and then I think I pointed on my finger, and he grabbed it, and I've never felt so much pain in my finger before. This brute strength coming from this little man.
That's really tall. Okay, let's be fair. Okay, you're like almost 6 feet, right?
I'm like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay, so clearly I don't know how to. I can't tell. I mean, I only saw stand at once. I kind of like glared over. I was like, I think he like 6. Like I saw it from my peripheral, taking a straightward look. But like, meanwhile, Victor, you're like what? 5'4"?
5'5".
5'5"? 5'5"?
5'5"?
Around there.
I'm 5'7", so
Yeah.
you know I'm a little bit tall.
5'7".
Yeah.
Just a little bit tall. Anyway, but like it's really, you know, it's really funny. Like when when you go on a double decker bus,
Yeah.
and like it says, you know, like the max height's 5'7". I'm like, I never believe that, but then I'll get up and like the top of my head will like scrape the roof of it.
Yeah.
But like everyone's like, dude, you're ruining your hair. All my friends are like, dude, you're ruining your hair. I mean, all my friends like dunk, and I have this friend. He's like really tall. We get on a double decker bus. He'll always get up and smack his head into the thing every time. Yeah. And he's like, you know what? It's not my fault I'm tall. He's like, it's really not. Why do you sign these things for small people? I'm like, because most of the population is under 6. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. But
Yeah, but we met in gym class.
yeah.
So that's.
And you broke his finger.
I didn't break his finger. I
You
grabbed his finger.
You grabbed his finger.
All I did was grab his finger, and he's like, ah!
Why is there so much pain? Like, what is it? He does this thing where he'll like grab my hand and he'll start squeezing and just start squeezing, and like I always tell him like it's the brother in me. Like I don't want to hurt him, so I'll only squeeze enough to counter the pressure he's giving me. So like at one point I'll just stop squeezing back because I know that no matter how much he squeezes.
But once you release tension, you're just like, oh, I can't feel my hand.
You know, like, yeah, but of course, because like all the counter pressure, right? But I'm like, but he's like, you're not squeezing harder. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want to hurt you. And he's like, well, why aren't you trying? I'm like, because you're my brother and I don't want to hurt you.
Hurt me.
Like, I mean, like, I think that's how this works. I'm supposed to take care of you, apparently. Like, that's how,
Yeah, I have a lot of grip strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, I had to feel that, man. He's like, I learned the hard way.
What is it? It's like, you guys don't have to do like the chin-up test, do you?
No, we don't.
It's like where you have to.
No, it's because most of us aren't even capable of doing one.
Seriously, you guys can't even. Okay, so when I was in school, which is like 6 years ago, like well, I don't know what's happened in the last 6 years. Well, did we change things? Like what's going on? Anyway, so
I loved going to the weight room though.
Anyway, so you had to do like this chin up thing where like you'd have to do like a chin up and just stay like that and see how long you could stay like that. And the people who had like crazy grip strength would always just be there like 5 minutes in, teach you like get off, you passed, like whatever. You know, like, and there'd be like 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like I can't. Like my hands are slipping. My hands are getting sweaty. Trying to break through. Like oh my god, my fingers. And then like, but what's always really funny is like when you let go of the bar and you stretch your hands open, it hurts. Yeah. Like it hurts a lot. Yeah. And you're like, why's my hands hurt? Like why is this a test? Like why is this inflicting pain? It's like, am I ever gonna be hanging off like some cliff and I'm like hanging on to your life? So it's testing my ability to hang off a cliff? Is someone gonna throw me off a cliff? Like, is this a subliminal message that you're all plotting to kill me? Is that what this is? Like that's literally how it feels 95% of the time.
Yeah, but I love that gym class.
Do you guys have like the? Okay, I'm gonna say the teacher's name and then I'm gonna blurp it out. Okay, I'm in the edit, but I'm gonna say his name so y'all know. Y'all okay?
You already know who my teacher was.
Your math teacher for this semester? Is he in that class?
No, we were not in the same math class.
Oh, so he's missing out.
No, he's fine.
But he's missing out.
Okay, fine. Sure. Whatever.
Okay, anyway, so his math teacher. Do you know his math teachers?
It's because I switched.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. So, anyway, so his math teacher, a math teacher at the school, he's really funny. He's kind of a comedian. And I remember when I was in grade 12, he started writing on the board, you know, like X plus Y equals whatever. So does anyone want to tell me when they'll ever use this? And this international kid in the back of the class, I think it was from Brazil, goes, never. And he goes, you passed my class. Just don't even. He's like, show up to the exam. Don't even write anything. All the answers be on it. Yeah. And we're all like, what? I want that. But it was like really funny because like 95% of stuff you learn in school, never use again. Like there are things I've learned how to do that I never learned in school. That I use more than the things I like.
Who needs to know functions unless you really want to graph in the rest of your life?
Everybody graphing stuff. Yeah. I mean, nobody even graphs.
Like okay,
like no,
solve f at x.
No, like what is it? Like now you don't even need to make a graph.
Yeah, I know.
You throw all the information into Excel. You select it. You hit graph, and it does it for you.
Yeah, I know.
Problem solved.
Like Google Sheets does the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never used Google Sheets before.
Yeah. Well, it does the exact same.
Because it's like a blatant rip-off of Excel.
But it's literally
just that the logo's yellow instead of green.
Yeah. But it literally does exactly the same thing.
Oh, yo, we're
past.
time.
We'll go over a little bit anyway.
Okay.
Actually, we gotta wrap this up soon, though. My mom just texted me.
She's like, "Where are you at?"
Where you at? I'll beat you.
All right, I'm gonna ask one last question real quick. I mean, finish that text off.
Okay.
That way, we can we'll take a quick pause right now. All right, so we're gonna end it here because
Stuff happens. Life
no,
happens.
it's been,
Life
going,
is
it's
hard.
been going on for too long. Okay, Rafa, go.
Okay, this has been Two Latin Brothers Podcast. You guys can like, share, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on a bunch of other
Y'all got this
platforms.
on everything, okay?
Yeah,
Everything but YouTube and SoundCloud.
Everything but YouTube and SoundCloud. We'll leave Brennan if you'd like to shout yourself out.
I got an Instagram. It's basically a meme page. I post videos on there sometimes. Brennan _the_Hokage.
Yeah, because he wants to be a Hokage one day.
What a nerd.
I know.
We need to talk about that. We're gonna have him back on.
Okay, so
Definitely have me back anytime.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just actually, let me know. Not just grab me last second.
Honestly, next time I'll come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you guys can like, share, subscribe. We leave everything in the description as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, yo.
Bye.